In the world of real estate, the twin pillars of ethical practice are fair housing and negotiations. These principles are not only legally binding but also shape the core values of the profession. In this script, we will take an extensive journey through the complexities of fair housing and the art of negotiations, exploring their profound impact on the real estate industry. Fair housing laws and their significance. Fair housing laws play a pivotal role in our society by safeguarding the principles of equality and preventing discrimination in housing. To truly grasp their significance, we should delve into the historical backdrop and the compelling societal reasons that compelled their establishment. First and foremost, let's travel back in time to the mid-20th century when these laws began to take shape. It was a period marred by deep-seated racial and ethnic prejudices, where discrimination in housing was rampant and egregious. Discriminatory practices like redlining were widespread, with minority communities systematically denied access to certain neighborhoods and housing options. This not only perpetuated racial and economic segregation but also undermined the fundamental tenets of democracy and equality. In this context, fair housing laws emerged as a beacon of hope. They were designed to address this glaring injustice by making it illegal to discriminate against individuals or families based on their race, color, religion, sex, national origin, familial status, or disability. These laws aimed to level the playing field and open up housing opportunities to everyone, regardless of their background or personal characteristics. Significantly, fair housing laws go beyond merely addressing blatant discrimination. They also combat more subtle and insidious forms of bias in housing practices. For example, they prohibit policies or practices that may have a discriminatory effect, even if they are not explicitly discriminatory. This ensures that the spirit of equal access to housing is upheld in all aspects of the housing market. Moreover, these laws recognize the importance of providing housing options for families with children and individuals with disabilities. Familial status and disability protections ensure that families with children and people with disabilities are not unjustly denied housing or subjected to additional burdensome requirements. The broader societal need for fair housing laws is underscored by the fact that where one lives has profound implications for various aspects of life, including education, employment, healthcare access, and overall quality of life. Discrimination in housing not only limits housing choices but also perpetuates cycles of poverty and inequality. By enacting and enforcing fair housing laws, society acknowledges its commitment to rectify historical injustices, promote diversity and inclusivity, and build more equitable communities. These laws serve as a reminder that, in the United States and many other countries, housing is not just a commodity but a fundamental human right that should be accessible to all, without prejudice or discrimination. Fair housing laws are not just legal statutes, they are the embodiment of a society's commitment to justice, equality, and inclusivity in the realm of housing. They stand as a testament to our collective recognition of the need to rectify historical wrongs, eliminate discrimination, and ensure that housing opportunities are available to everyone, regardless of their background or personal characteristics. Historical context of fair housing. The historical context of fair housing laws is a fascinating journey through a turbulent period in American history. It all begins with the civil rights movement of the 1960s, a pivotal era that brought to light the urgent need for legislation to address widespread discrimination in housing. In the early 1960s, as the civil rights movement gained momentum, its leaders and activists began to shed light on the pervasive racial discrimination that permeated every facet of American society, including housing. Prominent figures like Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X raised their voices against housing inequality, emphasizing that equality should extend beyond voting rights and into the very places where people laid their heads at night. One key event that played a significant role in paving the way for fair housing legislation was the 1966 Open Housing March in Chicago. Dr. King led this peaceful protest to challenge racially segregated housing practices in the city. This demonstration vividly illustrated the depth of the housing crisis faced by African Americans, who were often confined to overcrowded and substandard neighborhoods due to discriminatory practices. The tragic assassination of Dr. King in 1968 further catalyzed the push for fair housing laws. His untimely death not only galvanized the civil rights movement but also garnered broader public support for the cause. In the wake of his assassination, Congress was compelled to act. The culmination of these efforts was the passage of the Fair Housing Act of 1968, a landmark piece of legislation signed into law by President Lyndon B. Johnson. This historic act marked a turning point in American history, as it aimed to eradicate housing discrimination based on race, color, religion, or national origin. It was a monumental step towards fulfilling the promises of the civil rights movement. The Fair Housing Act also sought to address the systemic and covert forms of housing discrimination by introducing provisions that prohibited discriminatory practices that may not have been overtly based on race but still had a disproportionately negative impact on minority communities. This expanded scope was a recognition that discrimination could take many forms, and it was vital to combat it comprehensively. To enforce these new fair housing provisions, the law created the Department of Housing and Urban Development (HUD), which plays a crucial role in investigating complaints and promoting fair housing practices to this day. The historical context of fair housing laws is intimately tied to the civil rights movement and the struggles for equality and justice in the 1960s. Through the efforts of visionary leaders, activists, and the tragic events that shook the nation, fair housing legislation emerged as a powerful tool to combat housing discrimination and promote the ideals of equality and opportunity for all in the realm of housing. It stands as a testament to the resilience and determination of those who fought for a more just and equitable society. Navigating the fair housing landscape. Navigating the fair housing landscape is a journey that goes beyond merely abiding by the law. It's about fully embracing a dedication to equity and inclusivity in the realm of housing. To truly grasp the intricacies of fair housing, one must embark on a comprehensive exploration of the laws governing this domain. These laws, although grounded in the concept of equality, have a depth that requires thorough comprehension. At the heart of fair housing are the various protected characteristics, which form the foundation of anti-discrimination regulations. These characteristics encompass a broad spectrum, ranging from race and color to religion, gender, and national origin. Understanding each of these protected categories is essential for real estate professionals, as it directly influences how they conduct business and engage with clients. Now, let's delve deeper into the implications of these laws for real estate professionals. Beyond the obvious legal consequences of non-compliance, there is a profound ethical dimension. By adhering to fair housing principles, real estate professionals play a pivotal role in shaping communities that are truly diverse and inclusive. They have the power to combat discrimination and foster environments where everyone has equal access to housing opportunities. To fully appreciate the significance of fair housing principles, it's crucial to examine real-life scenarios and case studies. These practical examples bring abstract legal concepts to life, illustrating how the decisions and actions of real estate professionals can impact individuals and communities. These case studies serve as cautionary tales, highlighting the consequences of negligence or ignorance when it comes to fair housing. In essence, the journey through the fair housing landscape is a continuous process of learning and vigilance. It demands a commitment not only to legal compliance but to a higher moral and ethical standard. Real estate professionals who truly grasp the nuances of fair housing and embrace the spirit of equity contribute to a more just and inclusive society, one home at a time. Negotiations is an art form. Negotiations in the realm of real estate are not just mere transactions, they are a captivating art form that requires a deep understanding of human psychology, a generous dose of empathy, and a strategic approach that rivals the finest pieces of art. Let's take a journey into the world of negotiations and discover how they can be elevated to an art form. At the core of this exploration is the recognition that negotiations are not just about haggling over prices or terms, they are a complex interplay of human emotions and motivations. Understanding the psychology behind negotiations is like unlocking a secret code to success. It involves deciphering what makes people tick, what their desires and fears are, and how to navigate these intricate emotions to reach mutually beneficial agreements. Empathy, often referred to as the lifeblood of negotiations, plays a pivotal role in this art form. It's not merely about getting what you want but also about comprehending the needs and aspirations of the other party. Empathy enables negotiators to forge genuine connections, build trust, and find solutions that satisfy both sides. It's akin to an artist painting a canvas with a deep understanding of the subject's emotions. Strategy in negotiations is akin to the brushstrokes on a canvas. Every move is deliberate and calculated. Negotiators must craft a well-thought-out plan, anticipate counteroffers, and maneuver through the negotiation landscape with finesse. It's about knowing when to push and when to pull back, much like an artist knowing precisely when to apply a bold stroke or a subtle detail to create a masterpiece. Drawing parallels with the world of fine arts, we can see how intuition comes into play in negotiations. Just as an artist relies on intuition to make creative choices, negotiators use their intuition to make split-second decisions that can tip the balance in their favor. It's about sensing the unspoken cues, reading between the lines, and responding intuitively to the evolving dynamics of the negotiation. In essence, negotiations as an art form go beyond the conventional understanding of bargaining and deal-making. They involve a profound appreciation for the human element, a mastery of psychological insights, and a strategic finesse that rivals the work of great artists. Like a masterpiece, a successful negotiation is a result of carefully crafted strokes of empathy, strategy, and intuition, resulting in a win-win outcome for all parties involved. The psychology of negotiations. Negotiations aren't just about crunching numbers and sealing deals, they're a deep dive into the intricate world of human behavior. In this discussion, we'll unpack the psychological facets of negotiations, shedding light on key concepts like anchoring, reciprocity, and framing. These principles, when understood and applied effectively, can be like secret weapons in your negotiation toolkit, helping you not only build rapport but also navigate the negotiation maze towards mutually advantageous outcomes. First and foremost, let's talk about anchoring. It's like the cornerstone of negotiation psychology. Anchoring refers to the initial piece of information, often a number or figure, that gets thrown onto the table. This sets the stage for the entire negotiation. Understanding anchoring is like deciphering the first brushstroke on a canvas. It heavily influences the perception of value. Savvy negotiators strategically use anchoring to their advantage, aiming to anchor the negotiation in a way that's favorable to their position. Reciprocity is another intriguing concept in the psychology of negotiations. It's the idea that when one party gives something, the other feels compelled to reciprocate. This principle is like the give and take in a dance. It fosters goodwill and cooperation. By understanding the power of reciprocity, negotiators can create a positive atmosphere where concessions are more likely to flow both ways, leading to mutually beneficial outcomes. Now, let's consider framing. Think of framing as the art of choosing the right lens through which the negotiation is viewed. The way a negotiation is framed can profoundly impact its direction. Much like a photographer framing a shot, negotiators can shape the perception of the issues at hand. By skillfully framing the negotiation, they can guide the conversation towards a resolution that aligns with their goals. By exploring these psychological aspects of negotiations, you're essentially delving into the realm of human cognition and behavior. It's about understanding how people think, what motivates them, and how their decisions are influenced by subtle cues and cues. It's like being a detective, uncovering the hidden layers of a person's psyche during a negotiation. In sum, negotiations are an intricate dance of human psychology, where numbers and contracts are just the surface. Anchoring, reciprocity, and framing are like the artist's palette, offering negotiators a range of colors to paint the canvas of a successful negotiation. When you master these psychological principles, you not only build rapport but also increase your chances of reaching agreements that leave all parties satisfied. It's the art of negotiation in its most compelling and strategic form. Crafting offers with precision. Negotiating offers isn't merely a transaction, it's a delicate art form where every detail matters. In this discussion, we'll unravel the meticulous process of crafting offers that not only meet expectations but also leave a lasting impression. Get ready to dissect the elements of a compelling offer, from the intricacies of pricing strategies to the nuances of contingencies, and discover how research is the secret ingredient that plays a pivotal role in this process. At the core of crafting an irresistible offer is the pricing strategy. It's akin to setting the stage for a grand performance. Pricing isn't just about slapping a number on a property, it involves a deep understanding of market dynamics, comparable sales, and the psychology of buyers. By strategically pricing an offer, you can create a sense of value that makes the buyer feel like they're getting more than they bargained for. Contingencies are like the safety nets in a high-wire act. They're essential elements that protect both the buyer and the seller. Understanding how to structure contingencies in an offer is crucial, as they can be deal breakers or deal makers. Crafting contingencies with precision means finding the right balance between safeguarding your interests and showing flexibility. Research is the backbone of a well-crafted offer. It's like the artist's sketchbook, filled with valuable insights. Thorough research involves digging deep into property history, neighborhood trends, and even the motivations of the seller. Armed with this knowledge, you can tailor your offer to align with the seller's needs and expectations, making it not just compelling but also irresistible. Crafting offers with precision isn't a one-size-fits-all process. It's about understanding the unique context of each transaction, much like an artisan customizes their work for each client. The artistry of negotiation comes to life when you can identify the subtleties that make your offer stand out from the rest. In essence, negotiating offers is where the true magic of negotiation unfolds. It's an art form that demands meticulous attention to detail, a deep understanding of market dynamics, and the ability to connect with the desires and concerns of both buyers and sellers. When you master the craft of crafting offers, you become not just a negotiator but a true artist in the world of real estate, creating deals that exceed expectations and leave a lasting impression. Effective communication in negotiations. Communication isn't just a tool, it's the very cornerstone upon which successful negotiations are built. In this exploration, we'll uncover the art of conveying offers with clarity and persuasion, highlighting their intrinsic value to every participant in the negotiation. Get ready to embark on a journey where we'll emphasize the importance of active listening, decode the nuances of body language, and discover how adapting your communication style to different personalities can be the secret sauce for successful negotiations. Imagine communication in negotiations is a finely tuned instrument in an orchestra. Each note, each gesture, and each word plays a part in the symphony of the negotiation process. Effectively conveying offers is akin to composing a harmonious piece of music, where every element resonates in unison. Clarity is paramount in negotiations. Just as a painter strives for clarity in their brushstrokes, a negotiator must aim for precision in their words. Conveying offers clearly ensures that all parties understand the terms, reducing the chances of misunderstandings or disputes down the road. Persuasion, on the other hand, is the art of convincing others of the value of your offer. It's like the storyteller weaving a captivating narrative. By emphasizing the benefits and advantages of your offer, you can sway opinions and encourage agreement. Active listening is the unsung hero of effective communication. It's like the foundation of a sturdy building, providing stability and strength. When you actively listen to the concerns and needs of the other party, you not only gain valuable insights but also demonstrate respect and empathy. It's a powerful tool for building rapport and trust. Body language is the silent language of negotiations. Just as an actor conveys emotions through their expressions, negotiators use body language to communicate their intentions, confidence, and sincerity. Understanding the subtle cues of body language can help you gauge the reactions of others and adjust your approach accordingly. Adapting your communication style to different personalities is like wearing different hats for different occasions. Just as a chameleon blends into its surroundings, a skilled negotiator adapts their language and approach to suit the preferences and communication styles of their counterparts. This flexibility can break down barriers and create a more comfortable negotiating environment. Effective communication in negotiations is an art that requires a deep appreciation for the intricacies of human interaction. It's about conveying offers clearly and persuasively, while also actively listening, decoding body language, and adjusting your communication style to fit the personalities at the negotiation table. When you master this art, you not only become a more successful negotiator but also a masterful communicator in all aspects of life. Advanced negotiation strategies. Let's take a deep dive into the realm of advanced negotiation strategies. If negotiations were a game, these strategies would be your secret playbook, helping you transcend the basics and truly elevate your negotiation skills to an art form. In this discussion, we'll explore how to handle objections with finesse, create win-win solutions like a master puzzle solver, and master the delicate art of compromise. Moreover, we'll delve into the often underestimated aspect of ethics in negotiations, uncovering how maintaining unwavering integrity can be the key to not just short-term victories but also long-term success. Handling objections is like navigating a challenging obstacle course. It's about responding to concerns and hesitations with grace and confidence. Advanced negotiators don't see objections as roadblocks but as opportunities to showcase the value of their proposal. They employ persuasive techniques, provide compelling evidence, and acknowledge the other party's perspective to address objections effectively. Creating win-win solutions is akin to being a master puzzle solver. It's about finding creative ways to satisfy the interests of all parties involved. Instead of a zero-sum game where one side wins and the other loses, advanced negotiators seek out common ground and innovative solutions that leave everyone feeling like they've achieved their goals. This approach not only fosters goodwill but also builds lasting relationships. The art of compromise is like crafting a delicate piece of artwork. It involves finding a middle ground that meets the needs of both parties while maintaining the integrity of the negotiation. Advanced negotiators understand that compromise doesn't equate to weakness, it's a strategic move that can lead to mutually beneficial outcomes. Now, let's shift our focus to ethics in negotiations. Think of ethics as the foundation upon which your negotiation skills are built. Maintaining integrity throughout the negotiation process is like building a sturdy house, it ensures long-term success. Ethical conduct involves honesty, transparency, and a commitment to fairness. Advanced negotiators understand that even in the most competitive scenarios, ethical behavior not only preserves their reputation but also paves the way for future opportunities. In essence, advanced negotiation strategies are the tools and techniques that separate the true masters of negotiation from the rest. They involve handling objections with finesse, creating win-win solutions like a puzzle solver, and mastering the art of compromise. Furthermore, they emphasize the importance of ethics in negotiations, underscoring how maintaining integrity isn't just a moral imperative but a strategic advantage. When you combine these advanced strategies with a commitment to ethical conduct, you're not just negotiating, you're crafting a legacy of success in the world of negotiation. Now, in this extensive exploration of fair housing and the art of negotiations, we've uncovered the deep-seated significance of these principles in the real estate industry. They are not just legal obligations but the very essence of ethical and successful real estate practice. By understanding and embracing these principles, real estate professionals can navigate the complexities of the industry while ensuring fairness and ethical conduct throughout their journey. subscribe and share. See you in the next video.